Hello, this is John Eddy, and I'm here to make my final presentation for the Group Celtics Team Saver Markstrat simulation. I'll start with our overall performance. It was actually a bit disappointing overall. Our stock price index ranking was either 4th for periods 1 and 6 or 5th for the remaining periods out of 6 teams. So one of the bright spots was our net contribution. We were 3rd overall amongst the 6 teams, and contributions and net contributions in general were quite high. Our performance was uneven, with successes mostly coming at the beginning and the end of the simulation. Among the bottom 4 competitors, however, the top 2 really kind of ran away with the competition. But among the bottom 4, Sabre, my company, had the strongest SPI growth in the final 3 periods, which I think was positioning us well for the future. We were certainly making the turnaround that was necessary to find some success. Sabre was largely hindered by very poor period 3, resulting from some questionable decisions in period 2. So here's our products. Solo was our #1 seller throughout the entire series. Primary segment that we targeted was shoppers, with moderate requirements for both price and attributes. Secondarily, we also had some success with explorers, but more as a default rather than targeting. No one in the simulation, none of our competitors nor us, really made a strong bid to get the explorers interested in a specific product. We didn't have anything well geared for them. The solo product provided positive contributions every period. We had up to 30% of shoppers segment in period 2, so there were times where we definitely had some significant success. Always had high awareness and good distribution for this product, either industry leading or near industry leading in those categories. Some of our attributes, though, lagged behind the ideal for the customers. We were trying to maintain profit margins and put off updating the attributes, and it turned out to cost us a bit in sales. Our pricing was always just slightly higher than the ideal perception for customers, despite our best efforts to target a price appropriately. And certainly we struggled with marketing spend, especially as other teams ended up spending increasing amounts with their increased budgets. We struggled to try and find a way to get our market research out at a sufficient level to communicate the updated attributes, repositioning our product within the market. But eventually we did finally start to make some traction, as you can see there in the later periods. The soft product was our second best seller. It targeted the savers, up to 20% of the saver segments in period 1, and then again in period 6 we were approaching 20% of that segment as well. Again, we had good awareness and distribution, except for period 3. We went on a marketing and commercial hiatus in period 3. We were redirecting money for our store launch, and it turned out that it really hurt Soft's sales in doing so. Likewise, similar to the Solo product, we had difficulty coming up with sufficient market research funds to optimize the signal after we made a modification in period 4. But eventually, we finally did get that signal through with increasing that market research and started to recover sales that we had not seen for several periods. Our third product was a SOAR product. It was intended to be kind of dual segment product for high earners and professionals. It yielded positive contributions throughout the 2 periods that we sold it. But as it was targeted to be an overlap between the high earners and professionals whose ideal perceptions were similar but not exactly the same, it turns out that really, though, in order to optimize sales within any segment, you really had to target exactly what they wanted. And there was almost a logarithmic increase in demand and desire to buy a product when the attributes were very close to what they were looking for, which left this idea of kind of straddling the two to be less than ideal. So after 2 periods, we decided to discontinue the SOAR product and move on with simply 2 products going forward, which turned out